Alright guys, so let's talk about episode 63. Now obviously last week I said the episode was pretty lame and boring, and it was for the most part. But then they come around with episode 63 and they just went completely over 9,000 with the action that was packed into this episode. In fact, it was so packed with action that I feel like a lot of people overlooked a very subtle detail. And I've talked to a few friends and I've watched a few other reactions to this episode, and nobody was really bringing it up. And what that fact was that we learned is that Whis is an angel. And to be honest with you guys, I kind of thought that he was an angel before because of the big halo he has around his neck. And it feels pretty cool to have that confirmed. I guess I was right. I should have told more people that I think he's an angel. But I thought that was a really cool fact. And so we also learned that in the future, all of the gods have been killed. We don't know if the Omni King has been killed. I mean, I highly doubt that they were able to kill the Omni King. But all of the gods have been killed. But Whis wasn't killed because he's an angel, and he only appears when he's appointed a god of destruction. And as we know from when the Omni King first showed up and started talking to Beerus and Champa, where he said, if you guys, don't get your shit together, I can always appoint a new god of destruction, that it's up to the Omni King to appoint the god of destruction. And so it kind of brings up this question of, if the Omni King is clearly paying attention to what's unfolding, on Earth and these different timelines, I mean, well, we don't know if he's paying attention to all the timelines, or even if there's different Omni Kings for different timelines. Maybe there's just one and he's just such a supreme being that he can even watch over multiple timelines at the same time. We don't know that. I mean, it would be cool if he could, and if he does, I'm going to call dibs on, putting that theory out there first. But who knows, maybe in his own way, like he's kind of seeing everything that's going down because he likes Goku so much and he wants Goku to be a playmate for him, and maybe this is a game he's playing where he's not really participating, and that's why he hasn't appointed another god of destruction to Whis in order to keep the everything kind of where it needs to be, because maybe he's going to step in at one point and reset things. Like, we don't know yet, but we do know in the future that Whis is still alive, Omni King is probably still alive, but for whatever reason, they're not stepping in, even though Zamasu, Future Zamasu, and Goku Black Zamasu are just like destroying everything. So maybe what they're really doing is they're testing the Saiyans to see if they're worthy. There's been a lot of talk about, even Vegeta possibly becoming a god of destruction at some point, and that's why he's been training with Whis. So we don't know. Like, maybe this is all a big test to see if he's worthy, but regardless of that, we learned some things about Whis. And, this episode just started off and made me laugh from the beginning to the end with, like, excitement, As soon as they go to the watchtower, they go up the ladder with this really cool, like, zoom up, you know what I mean, to the hyperbolic time chamber. And you got Dende and Mr. Popo just standing there, that all of a sudden the whole place explodes and Vegeta just kind of walks away unscathed, and I was like, wow, that was really cool. At the same time, though, I was like, wow, what an asshole. He just blows the shit up and leaves. You know what I mean? Like, thank God for the Dragon Balls and Mr. Popo, because that's the only way that's going to be rebuilt as fast as possible. But for him to destroy the lookout tower was just a real dick move to do. But I guess they really wanted to, they've been listening to the fans. The fans want to see Vegeta take it to the next level and take it, as far as he can, and so they clearly wrote that into the storyline. And as soon as they go to the future, man, watching Vegeta just unleash his new power that he's barely tapped into yet, pounding the crap out of Black, was just awesome. Like, I kept, probably just like you guys, I kept watching it and then rewinding, watching it and then rewinding. And then on top of him beating the crap out of Black, like, just him monologuing, basically saying, like, you're in a false body, and even though Goku is pretty much an imbecile, he's a true Saiyan, so he can tap into the cells, the genetic pool of his Saiyan body, and really take it to the next level where you'll never be at our level. And that's why Black can't really understand why he's getting pushed back by Vegeta, even though Vegeta's still Super Saiyan Blue. So clearly, Vegeta learned how to really control his ki and take Super Saiyan Blue to its max extent. And, I mean, he was probably in the hyperbolic time chamber for a full day, so a full year in hyperbolic time chamber time. So we don't know how much stronger he is than Goku at this point. I mean, Goku is doing his part of keeping Zamasu at bay while Vegeta fights Black, but it's starting to look a lot like Christmas. An early Christmas is coming for Vegeta, where he'll finally come out on top and be the one who saves the day. And it needs to be him, because it's his family. Trunks is his son. Bulma was killed in the future. Like, this needs to be Vegeta's time to shine. And I think they're going to let that happen. So I know there's been a lot of speculation about Gogeta maybe coming back. Maybe he still might come, because obviously the next episode is when fusion happens. You're going to have Zamasu and Black fused together. We don't know what their name is going to be. It should be cool to see kind of how that turns out and how powerful they become. But I kind of have a feeling that instead of going down the fusion route, what they're going to do is they're going to show, what Vegeta managed to unlock while in the hyperbolic time chamber. Because for fusion to work, you have to be relatively close to the same power level. And I'm wondering, even though they're both Super Saiyan Blue, has Vegeta surpassed Goku so much in that year of training that fusion might not even work, even though they're both Super Saiyan Blue. So we don't know, but there were a lot of things that unfolded in this episode. The action was just awesome. There was so many times I just wanted to do print screen on my computer just to save the images of the fight that was happening. It was just badass. So I'm really looking forward to the next episode. I would love to know what you guys thought about this episode, what you think about Whis, what you think about the Omni King, what you think is going to happen this Sunday. I mean, it's like we basically wake up Sunday, watch the episode, then we already can't wait till next Sunday. It's just how it goes. But, it's a good thing to wait, guys. So put those comments down in the comment section below. Let's speculate a little bit about this episode and have some fun.